The man who led Papua New Guinea to independence, the country's Grand Chief and longest-serving Prime Minister, Sir Michael Somare, has died in Port Moresby, aged 84. Known throughout the country as Papa Bielo Kantrai, Father of the Nation, Somare served as Prime Minister for a total of 17 years, over 4 terms, and was revered as a pivotal figure in the country's peaceful transformation from colony to independent nation. He is depicted on PNG's 50 Kina banknote. Somare was the first and only Chief Minister of the Australian-administered territory of Papua New Guinea, and helped found the Pangu Party, which led the country to its independence in 1975.
In 1966, a young man named Michael Somare arrived at the Administrative College in Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, with a vision for the future of his country. He met like-minded individuals, Albert Mori Kiki, Joseph Nombri, Sinaka Guava, and others, students who shared his passion for a free and self-governed Papua New Guinea. This group would eventually form the foundation of a movement that led to the country's independence from Australian rule in 1975. Somare and his peers weren't just students. They were thinkers and leaders in the making. Together, they discussed politics, current events, and the economic future of their homeland, encouraged by outstanding educators like David Chenoweth, Cecile Abel, and Ted Wolfers. These conversations were the building blocks of what would become a significant political movement. Albert Mauri Kiki was elected president of the Students' Representative Council, providing the leadership needed for the group to evolve. Nightly gatherings at Kiki's house in Hohola led to the formation of what would later be known as the Bully Beef Club, named after the canned corned beef they often ate during their meetings. By June 13, 1967, their discussions had taken a formal shape. They founded the Pangu Pati, a political party with the support of 9 members of the House of Assembly: Paul Lapun, Peter Luce, Nicholas Brockham, and others. Michael Somare, knowing the road ahead would be challenging, decided to devote his life to politics and the struggle for independence. Over the following years, the Pangu Pati grew in strength, thanks in large part to the groundwork laid by Somare and other founding members like Cecil Abel and John Guise. Abel, one of the intellectual forces behind the movement, lived to see the realization of their dream when Papua New Guinea gained independence on September 16, 1975. Today, the Bully Beef Club is remembered not just for its humble origins, but for its role in shaping the political destiny of Papua New Guinea. The journey from informal student meetings to a fully fledged independence movement is a testament to the power of education, unity, and determination.
Somare would then become the country's first prime minister, telling his nascent nation in a midnight radio address on its first day in existence, "I wish to remind all that this is just the beginning. Now we must stand on our own 2 feet and work harder than ever before. We are indeed masters of our own destiny." Somare's death, after a short battle with pancreatic cancer, was confirmed by his family early Friday morning. Sir Michael was a loyal husband to our mother and great father, first to her children, then grandchildren and great-granddaughter. But we are endeared that many Papua New Guineans equally embraced Sir Michael as father and grandfather, his daughter Betha Somare said in a statement. Born in 1936 in Rabaul, Somare was still a child when he moved with his family back to his father's ancestral home of Karo village in East Sepik. It was the province he identified with throughout his life, and from where he would draw his political power base for all of his nearly 5-decade career in public life. His earliest education was in a Japanese-run primary school during the Second World War, where he learned to read, write, and count in Japanese. He would later graduate from Sajuri High School, becoming a teacher, then radio broadcaster, before helping found the Pangu Party in 1967. The next year, he contested elections for PNG's new House of Assembly and became Chief Minister. He served 4 terms as Prime Minister, from 1975 to 1980, from 1982 to 1985, and 2002 to 2010. He was critically unwell, in intensive care outside PNG, for much of his disputed final term in office in 2011. His absence led to a constitutional crisis, when he and Peter O'Neill both claimed the prime ministership. The impasse was only finally resolved with elections in 2012. He was governor of his beloved East Sepik province from 1995 to 1999, and again from 2012 until 2016. There were controversies during his premierships. In 2005, he took exception to being asked to remove his sandals by security officers at Brisbane Airport, leading to a diplomatic standoff with Australia. And the next year, when attorney Julian Modi was wanted by Australia for extradition on alleged child sexual abuse charges, Modi was instead flown out of PNG to the Solomon Islands on a PNG Defence Force aircraft. Somare denied any involvement. On his 80th birthday, Somare said seeing his country united and free was the realization of all of his ambitions. My lifelong dream for this remarkable country was fulfilled at independence when we started with peace, he said. PNG is a melting pot of tribes, clans and families that were never meant to be the same. But despite all this, I have found that it is not a difficult nation to unite. Calling for a national week of silence, peace, and calm, current PNG Prime Minister James Marape said Somare's contribution to the nation was unmatched by any one of us who comes after him. He deserves our unified respect now too, at passing, and forever into our future as a nation. He is universally loved in our country, may his memory bind our nation still. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison described Somare as the founding father of democratic and independent PNG and a great friend to Australia. My heartfelt condolences to his family, Prime Minister Marape, and the people of PNG. Australians stand with you in this time of sadness. May he rest in peace. The New Zealand Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, paid tribute also, saying her thoughts were with Somare's family and the people of Papua New Guinea during this time of great sadness. Sir Michael Somare was an influential figure in leading Papua New Guinea to independence in 1975. He was widely respected as Papua New Guinea's Papa Bielo Kantrai, father of the nation, and had a leadership role as a statesman of the Pacific. Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare is survived by his wife, Lady Veronica, and 5 children, Betha, Sana, Arthur, Michael Jr. and Dulciana.